So I grew up a nice Jewish girl in Miami. And every year I'd go to the mall and I would see beautiful, perfect trees and beautiful, perfect Santa. This tree was green and this tree was white. They were all so perfect. They were like storybook Christmas. And I always wanted a Christmas tree. And I could not wait until I grew up and I got to get my own perfect Christmas tree. And then I met the man who would become my husband. And he was a nice Catholic boy from Cincinnati, Ohio. And I couldn't wait until I went home to his family Christmas to see his perfect storybook Christmas tree. What color would they choose? What design would they have? I could not wait. And then, to my horror, when I got to his house, his family went upstairs and one by one, they came down from the attic with these dusty boxes of tattered and broken and torn and chipped mismatching ornaments. I was like, all this time they could have perfect storybook Christmas, and all this time they chose this mismatched mess. I didn't understand it. I couldn't figure out, like, why wouldn't you want something perfect? But then they started to take the ornaments out and they would like open up the paper thin butterfly tissue paper and the old newsprint, and out of it would come this ornament from Great Aunt Helen that they used to have herring with over New Year's. And then out of this one would come the one where like the name was there in glitter, but like half of it was not still present, right? Like it would kind of had eroded over time. And then they'd pull out the one from Niagara Falls that they got on a family vacation. And then they'd pull out the one from the first time they learned how to ski. And every single ornament had a story. And one by one, as they pulled out these horrible, ugly, mismatching ornaments, I fell in love because all of these ornaments had stories. And I realized it wasn't about the decoration, it was about the meaning. Years later, I had to learn the same lesson all over again. I was the vice president of Smiling and Dialing, fancy title I gave myself, at my own search firm. And I would call candidates to recruit them away for jobs that they didn't know existed, a recruiter they'd never heard of, for organizations they didn't even know were hiring. And I would call them because they were super successful at what they were doing. But despite all this success, which is why I was calling them, they weren't very happy, which is why they all called me back. Now, it sounds like an impossible job, right? Call people who were super successful and recruit them away to do something else. But it actually was made a lot easier because I would listen for certain things. What's the mission of the organization? Are they inspired by the leader? How prestigious will the job look on their resume? How many new skills will they learn? How broad is the impact? How much money will they make? All of these metrics that make a good job good. And I was good at it. I would get all these people into my search pool and they would be ready. But then, as the weeks and the months of the search wore on, my candidates would disappear. They were interested, but they weren't invested. I was giving them metrics and they were looking for meaning. Here's what I did wrong. I walked in and I was so busy telling them about my process that I forgot about their problem. Every client says, oh, my problem is so unique. It's not unique to you, it's just unique to them. And so what matters in sales is this. Our clients need to know that we see them and we see their problem, and we will hold their problem in our shared hands until such time as that problem goes away. Our clients don't care about our process, they care about your promise. And that brings me back to those Christmas ornaments, because it's not just me, and it's not just the candidates, and it's not just the clients, it's actually all of us. You know, there's a store in Michigan called Bronner's, and Bronner's is the largest continuously operating Christmas tree store in the world. It is the size of almost 2 football fields. They put 1,500 cars in the parking lot. There's a 17-foot Santa in the front and a 15-foot snowman in the back. And every year, Bronner sells 2 million ornaments, and 500,000 of them are these hideous, ugly, mismatched, beautiful, perfectly storybook Christmas ornaments. Because people don't buy perfect, they buy meaning. That's the job, that's the joy, that's the connection. That's how you find meaning. That's how you close the sale. If you like this video and you found it helpful, don't forget to like it, to share it, and to subscribe to my channel. And by the way, tell me in the comments, What are your challenges when it comes to hiring? What are your challenges when it comes to finding top-tier talent? And what are your challenges when it comes to your own career? I'd love to know so we can solve it in a future video.